Burruss. Welcome inside of Kissing After Dark. I'm Lenny Green. It's time to do a little kiss and tell, where we often talk about love, sex, and relationships. And of course, we came out of Shalimar with Somewhere There's Love for Me, and that's often an interesting topic in itself. But tonight, I thought it would be great to have company over. And plus, I found, she came by the last time. She really fell in love with Kissing After Dark. She likes to do quite a bit of Kissing After Dark with me when she's as quiet as that kept. So,
okay.
Her name was Kandi Burruss. Come on, tell the truth and shame the devil. You do like to kiss after dark, I assume, right?
Doesn't everybody?
She's being really generic, right? You didn't say that off mic, but that's okay.
Oh, okay.
We always address a topic inside of this hour, but before we get into that real briefly, I just want to say congratulations again on the second season.
Thank you.
Housewives of Atlanta is doing extremely well.
Yes.
And I know you said to me the last time you came that we want to see an episode with Neo. Is that episode coming up?
Well, no, that episode already happened.
Oh, okay. I missed it. I got it.
Yes, you missed it. You gotta keep watching. Now you gotta go back and watch the repeats. They actually repeated it today.
Did they?
Yes.
See, I'm doing too much kissing after dark. That's
earlier today.
Okay, got it. So, and now I understand you're getting ready to go back and do something bigger, and that is get on the road.
Yes, I'm about to go on tour with my girl Fantasia and Eric Benet. That tour is gonna be super hot.
It's gonna be super, really super. The heartthrob Eric Benet, he's gonna do his thing. He wooed New York City every time he comes here. I understand you just recently performed in New York not too long ago.
Yes.
And how did you like the vibe of the city?
Oh, I think it was great. Like, everybody showed me so much love, and the show was awesome, honestly. But I don't know. It's been so long since I performed here, and everybody showed me love, so it made me feel a lot better. At first, I was scared. I was like, oh my God, I gotta go perform in New York. But yeah, it was great. It was great.
Well, that's good, man. Thank you for coming by tonight. As I mentioned a little while ago, we like to talk about relationships. So this is Kiss and Tell. And you said that you were going to come with a question tonight. And I welcome that. So the question tonight is?
The question tonight is, have you ever thought you were in a relationship with somebody, but really you were just a jump off?
That's crazy. And I can relate to that because...
Or, you know what? You can turn it around. Have you ever just was kicking it with somebody and they was trying to make you be in a relationship, but you felt like, well, I was just kicking it. I never said I wanted to be in a relationship.
Well, I guess it all depends on how you're kicking it. Then. That would make a big difference in the world. How you kicking it? So look, let's open up the love lines right now. 1-800-288-5477. Kandi Burruss is with us tonight, and let's talk about it. Have you ever thought you was in a relationship, but you really wasn't? Or did you just simply lie to kick it?
I'm sure you know this. When you do everything, you bringing flowers, you cooking dinner, bringing it to your lady and whatever in the beginning just to get her. Once you got her, man, you start slacking off.
You know what?
That's a problem.
I'm gonna come back and
that's a problem.
I'm gonna deal with you tonight on that. See,
you gotta keep it going. Whatever you get started now, you gotta keep it going. So all this bringing dinner over here, you gotta keep that going.
No problem. Come back to New York. Get more of that, okay? So, hey, look, this is her brand new single. It's called Leave You. It's Kandi Burruss inside of Kissing After Dark. Luther Vandross. It's so amazing. Miss Kandi Burruss is with us tonight. Kandi Burruss, yes, from the Housewives of Atlanta, formerly of Escape. And we have a very interesting topic at hand. I want to go to the love lines, but just in case you just tuned in, have you ever thought you was in a relationship, but really you were just a jump off? And I can relate to that, but I think I need to go to the phones and kind of get some reaction.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
You got to tell that story before we finish.
I promise you I will. Now, I'm going to get into my topic of how I became a jump off, and I was engaged.
What?
I was engaged. And
how can you be engaged and be a jump off?
That's what I say. All right, I was
that
engaged.
Sounds like some bull.
That's why I don't deal with the long distance relationships no more. Because I was living in Connecticut, and she was living in Maryland. Okay? And we set a date and the whole nine. And what happened? I went to her and told her we can't do it at this date. That's the first thing. We had to push it back because things weren't right. It didn't go too well. She wasn't too happy about that.
Okay.
Shortly after that, communication started to dissipate, and we just kind of fell apart. After that happened, what happened from there? I find out she's got engaged. Now she's still engaged to me. She's got engaged to someone else, and then she got married one month later.
1 month later from what?
1 month later from the time she got engaged. We'll come back and talk. I'm serious, Ken. I can't.
No. See what?
This stuff. Trust me, I tell you.
I already got the answer for that one.
Okay, I'm coming back for it. In the meantime, let's go to the softest place on earth. It's 98.7 KISS. Welcome inside of Kissing After Dark. We're kissing and telling tonight. Joined in studio by a beautiful lady, Miss Kandi Burruss from the Housewives of Atlanta and Escape. And on the love line tonight, actor extraordinaire, Mr. CSI himself, Mr. Hill Harper.
Well, all right.
How are you, sir?
Oh, very well. How are both of y'all doing?
We're doing great. How are you?
We're doing well. You know, who better than you, man? I mean, you know, you've been all around the world and you've been in this business for a long time. Let me ask you real quick. Have you ever thought you were in a relationship, but you really found out you would just jump off?
Well, I talk about a lot of that stuff in my book, The Conversation.
For sure.
I mean, when we think about relationships, it's all from a matter of your own personal perspective. You know, it really is. So there have been times when I've been in situations where I thought it was deeper than it actually was, and I think that I've been in situations where, for whatever reason, the woman I was with, you know, she thought it was deeper than it actually was. So it cuts both ways, and that's why communication is critical.
Yeah, man, I wish you could see Candy's face right now, because as soon as you started talking about it, her eyebrows went a different way. But, you know, that's another topic, and you know what? I got to have you into the studio one night so we can talk about the conversation a lot more in depth, because I know
we will absolutely do that. In fact, on the Housewives of Atlanta, I did a session with one of the housewives using my book. They called me and asked me to do a little moderation session using some of the questions from the conversation. So it's definitely going to be, it'll be a topic of conversation.
Well, man, when we get you in the studio, we'll do a three-way and have Kandi on the phone.
Oh.
And that way we can continue this at another time. But look, we should mention real quick, tomorrow is a very, very important day.
Folks have to understand that tomorrow we have to vote. You know, we have to get out there. There's a lot of people that I've talked to, I've run into, that are feeling somewhat apathetic, that are feeling somewhat discouraged. But the power is in the vote, and we have to make the time. It's critical. And that's why, you know, I want to encourage people to not be discouraged. Mm-hmm. You know, encourage them to use their time, to encourage other people. Take somebody with you to the polls tomorrow and vote.
That's
I don't care who you vote for. I don't care what you do. Make your own decisions, but get there and vote.
Kandi, do you exercise your right to vote when you're not on the road?
Yes, I do.
All the time, huh?
All the time.
Why do you feel it's important?
Well, I just feel like it's no need in complaining if you're not going to do anything to change the situation.
Very true.
So I definitely feel like just for me to be such a spokeswoman all the time to say, hey, empowerment, women empowerment, how are you going to empower anything if you're not going to vote? That's part of your way to empower yourself, empower your community and everything around you.
Absolutely. And the candidates we put in, there's an impact there. If you don't think that it makes a difference, you just take a look at what's going to happen. So we need to exercise our right to vote.
Hey, man, I really appreciate you reaching out to me tonight, Hill Harper, and I know you're on the set, so have a great shoot.
Thank you so much. We got 4 Color Girls over this Friday, too, so we want everybody to come check that out. It's such a powerful, we talk about women's empowerment. I'm so proud to be a part of that film, and Kandi, that represents, I think, if any film you'll ever see, a film that's about women coming together and empowering and supporting each other. And so if y'all are listening, go check out 4 Color Girls this Friday. It's well worth it.
No question. I can guarantee, I bet you 2-1 it comes in at number 1, which would be a great look.
It'd be a blessing.
All the best to you, man. Thanks again for checking out.
Thanks so much, and thanks for being a great voice for our community.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bye-bye, Kandi.
Bye.
1-800-288-5477 if you'd like to get in on the conversation tonight. Have you ever thought you were in a relationship but really was to jump off? I'm still going to wait for Kandi's reaction to this in terms of my personal situation in just a moment. But in the meantime, I'd like to get into a little bit more of this something. Here's Elder Barge with a second chance. I'm not giving nobody a second chance if I'm a jump off, that's for sure. This is Kiss After Dark.